Hey there YouTube, Mountain Boy here. Today I'm bringing you my Hill People Gear chest rig. This is their kit bag in medium. I just want to kind of show this to you. As far as its basic size, it's about 10 inches wide, 7 inches high, and comes to a total of about 4 inches deep when it's kind of fully loaded and you kind of got your brick. So those are kind of important dimensions to kind of remember, especially as I'm talking about my usage. The body of it is 500 denier Cordura throughout, white KK zippers all the way around. You can see on the back it has a 4-point harness, which the idea is this kind of goes on your back, these go over your shoulders, and these two straps come around underneath your armpits. This is padded on the back. There's kind of like a figure 8 of padding. It's just to, especially if you're concealed carrying in there, just to give you a little bit of distance between what's in your bag and your chest. On the bottom, you can see there's kind of a series of keeper straps, which you can use to lash tourniquet, or in my case, I've put a knife in here, but it just kind of gives you flexibility. In terms of the front pocket, inside, there's 2 stash pockets. In here, you can kind of see I've got a multitude of items in there, kind of one large main compartment. And then there's also these tabs here with keeper straps that allows to tether different items. You want to have like your true essentials in there, maybe fire making, navigation, flashlight, maybe a small first aid kit. I personally kind of use this in conjunction with my hiking backpack. So I'll kind of keep my most needed items that I need access to very quickly in here, so I can kind of quickly be able to kind of reach them and access them. In the central compartment, which is kind of one of the main reasons I got this bag, as I'll kind of show you in a bit, it's probably about 2.5 inches of depth, so big enough to be able to put in a pair of binoculars. These are 8x30s, but you could easily put a set of 10x42s in there longitudinally. It's got kind of this soft hook and loop kind of field in the back that also has kind of the MOLLE strips cut into it, so you can kind of put all sorts of pockets in there, kind of make it very modular. You can see here it's got 2 more stash pockets and also 2 more loops if you want to kind of hook a lanyard to, or theoretically you could even put kind of a piece of cordelette all the way around this if you want this to kind of hold open and act like a navigation desk or something like that while it's open on your chest. You could also attach a map pocket to that would kind of flip up and be clear plastic, so you can actually see your map in place. And finally, there's the back, and this is primarily intended as a concealed carry pocket. In the back, there's a bit of hook and loop for Velcro, so you can kind of take, in this case, this is like an Expedition kind of modular holster. Going over this pack, there's 4 things that I think that they could do to really improve it. Number 1 is the zippers, right? I mean, these have been around forever. They're tried and true, but there's also YKK zippers now that are almost waterproof zippers. And having that, especially if you're in a kind of a stand-up rain, water can just go right through these teeth. So it'd be cool to have a more waterproof version of this, both in the front and this top zipper. I don't think you really need it on this back one because you are kind of shielded and it's closer to the body. Number 2 are the zipper pulls. Kind of looking at photos of ones from about 10 years ago, it seems like they'd have the ones where they had like the little plastic tabs on them. It just makes for kind of a cleaner, nicer look. Number 3, I would say, is this panel down here. A lot of people use this real estate for attaching knives. And I've kind of found, especially if you're dealing with a sheath that has a very kind of small well like this, that when you're kind of putting it back in, there's a high chance that you might snag either the loop or the fabric itself. I would see kind of having a really heavy duty hyperlon there wouldn't add much weight, but make it a lot more resilient. The 4th issue is kind of more of a fit and finish issue. And I'll just show it here in the back initially. So you can see these areas where when they're constructing it, all the pieces of fabric come together, they sew them together, and then they put this piece of bar tape over it and then sew the bar tape into place. So you can see it's all the way around. They did that all throughout the pack, except for here in this front pocket. And here you can even see the different pieces of fabric. And what's going to happen is over time, this is going to fray. You're going to have these little loose threads of fabric coming off. And all I needed to do was just put a piece of tape over it and sew it again. It's like at first I thought that maybe they just forgot to do it, but I called and they said, no, they actually did it. And you can also kind of see down there in the bottom, it's all the way around. So kind of a peeve, especially at this price point. It's just kind of something that's unfinished. So anyway, those are my kind of 4 thoughts for improving this. Okay, so let's take a look. I've been able to put everything in from my other kit pack into this, and we'll just see how it looks. In the first external pocket, I've got my navigation, compass, extra flashlight, extra paracord, fire making, ferro rod, lighter, and then also a Victorinox that I use for the striker for the ferro rod. In the main compartment, I've got my binoculars, the Right in the Rain notebook, pen, a little bit of toilet paper. There's also some wipes in there, extra set of matches, sunscreen, pocket knife. And then as far as the back, and this does make kind of a nice brick, what I've done is I put like an airsoft pistol in here just to kind of dramatize. This is kind of the same size as like a SIG P226 full-size pistol. So you can kind of see how it fits into this size. I would say the difference is with the kit runner's bag that's a little bit bigger, the ergonomics of being able to do a rapid draw is better with the larger kit bag. If I did feel like I need to carry, I'd carry like a smaller, more compact pistol. That would kind of fit in there kind of a lot more cleanly and a lot more snugly. If you like this video, like, share, comment, do all those great things. Let me know if you have any experiences that you think might help me. Thank you. Bye-bye.